Hello, everybody!
Just like two random girls and I'm gonna be talking to you guys!
Girl shoes.
Woo!
This is going really well so far. See you on the flip side. We don't care. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, alright?
Oops, my bad. That's big now.
Because I curse like a sailor.
Like a trucker.
We got some stories.
The theater.
She my little friend. Woo-woo! What?
Temporary technical difficulties.
A little piece of my soul dies every time I think about inappropriate content coming your way.
Hey guys, and welcome back to A View from the Mez, a chat with Broadway babes, quarantine edition. I'm Gina.
And I'm Tracy.
We missed you guys so much, and we missed doing this show, and we are so happy to be back for episode 6. We'll be covering 42nd Street. But before we get into all of that, we just wanted to say that we apologize for our, year-long absence.
Our very extended hiatus.
Without getting into detail, we did have a production company who was interested in taking us on and, taking us under their wing and expanding our show under their direction. And, we were in talks with them, several meetings, and life happens and things fall through the cracks, and that's not completely off the table. But for right now, it's still just us, and that's fine. We love what we do.
Fine by me.
Yeah, fine by us. And so, obviously, we want to say that we hope you are all staying safe and healthy out there with all of the craziness that's going on.
We are filming in our own quarantines right now.
Yes,
and
we're
making
not
the best
together.
I have my wine.
I have my wine.
And we are virtually toasting and missing each other so much and missing you guys so much. And we're just super excited to be back and ready to talk to you guys and give you our best Broadway updates.
Yes, even though Broadway is closed because of all this craziness. What have you been doing in your quarantine, Trey?
Well, I am still teaching. So during the day from 9:30 to 3, I'm teaching and talking to my kids. But other than that, I'm trying to clean the apartment and go out for a walk whenever I can because, we're not really supposed to go out. So I'll try and go for a walk around near the apartment. I'll cook dinner, just trying to binge some new shows. Peaky Blinders. Wow. We're on the last season that's in production right now that's out on Netflix, and we've been watching an episode a night, and it's just so good. It's really good. It's not super it's gory, but it's not overly gory. It's a period piece, so it's post World War I, and it's about a gang in England.
Oh, that's cool.
So Cillian Murphy, he was in Batman Begins as the Scarecrow.
Oh, okay.
So he plays one of the big characters, one of the main characters, and it's just about his family.
That's cool.
Pretty good. We've been baking a lot, trying to keep busy so I don't go stir crazy. What have you been doing?
That's just keeping busy. I was supposed to celebrate my 1-year anniversary with this new company that I was working for, and we all got furloughed because of COVID-19.
Thanks,
Thanks, COVID-19. I'm not going to complain because I'm in a lot better of a position than most other people. So I'm taking it for what it is, and I'm trying to enjoy this time of not having anything to like do besides keeping busy, as you said, like watching TV. I've mostly been tearing apart our apartment, and I've been like double quarantining my husband to certain rooms. I'm like, no, I'm working in this room today. You gotta go somewhere else. Taking care of my cat and hedgehog, going for walks, trying to just, I did a foot peel, and let me tell you guys, I don't know that I'll ever do one ever again because I was not prepared. Okay?
No.
I was not prepared for what was I'm like, everyone's like, oh, a foot peel. I'm like, okay, cool. I put these boot things on. Mm-hmm. And the next day, no, never again. I'm not going to get into detail because it's not good. But yeah, and going on runs, going on walks. That's pretty much, and like Zoom calls with family, Zoom calls with friends, playing games in a house party with people. It's just fun. And listen, if you are quarantined with your family or your significant other, obviously it's not going to be easy after some time, but there are people that are quarantined completely by themselves. And if you're one of those people, sending our love to you, because I do love my alone time. But you know what? Do some FaceTime calls with your friends and family. Like, get yourself into a routine so that, it's the date so that the time passes quicker.
Routines help. They help.
Yeah, they do help.
Funny story about, you mentioned spa stuff. I tried a new face mask the other night because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set up my bathroom as like my own little home spa. I lit a candle. We have like this music light that has like a treble clef, and it's like a night light essentially, and it can light up different colors. So I put on this like really nice purple, and it had a nice ambiance, and I put bath salts in the tub, and I was like, I am doing this. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I poured a glass of wine, and I got in the tub, and I put the mask on, and it's like, keep it on for like 3 to 5 minutes, no longer than 10. So I'm sitting in the tub, and I'm like, okay, it's been at least like 5-6 minutes. Let me wash this thing off. So I take a washcloth and I dip it in the bath water, and I'm like just wiping off like the mask, and I get out and my face is like red, and I'm like, oh gosh, like what happened? And you know what? I don't think that it was because I was allergic to the mask. Yeah. I think it was because there was bath salts in the water.
Oh my god. Oh
and
my god.
I'm so like, duh. Like, it was absolutely the bath salt that was in the water that I then used to wash the mask off my face.
Trey.
Like, duh. I had like
I have a similar story, but that is so funny. Did you like wash off with like regular water after that, just to kind of like?
I did. I like washed with like a rinse like 3 times, and then my face started to like cool down a little bit. Good. But I was like, like, oh my god, I'm allergic to this. I was gonna give it to you. Like maybe G would like it.
But I love my face masks.
But
well, something like that happened to me the other night. I don't know if it was like, it was one night last week, and you know me, I do a face mask at least 2 to 3 times a week, and I have this one specific brand that I love, that I know is good, but I got this other brand from somebody as a gift, And I'm like, okay, sure. Why not try it?
Oh, God.
So I try it, and it's one of those that's like, keep it on for 10 to 20 minutes. After 5 minutes, my face was hot. Like,
oh, no.
burning hot. And I was like, all right, this is weird. So it was one of the sheet masks, because I love both the mud mask,
Oh,
and I also love
yeah.
the sheet masks too. And this was a sheet mask. I could easily peel it off. I peel this thing off, and my husband is looking at me, and I said, what? He goes, your face is bright red like you just were on a beach with no sunblock. I said, what? I ran into the bathroom. It was like chemical burn all on my face where the mask was laying. And I'm like, what in the hell? And he's freaking out thinking like, it's an allergic reaction, this and that. I'm splashing cold water on my face. I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot. So I look at the package, and I'm like, I'm never using this brand again. Clearly, like, whatever's in it doesn't agree with my skin. Come to find out that the mask was grapefruit. And I'm like, oh, I guess I can't use grapefruit stuff. And my husband's like, grapefruit is super acidic.
Oh, God.
Why would they make a mask for? I'm like, not only did they make a grapefruit mask, there are lots of brands that make grapefruit face washes, and I know already not to use them because like they'll burn. Why did I put this on my face? So I threw the other ones out. I'm like, never again. And throughout the night, I'm going, does my face look less red? And he's like, no.
I was doing the same thing for Chris, though. I was looking at him, like, I came out and I sat on the couch. I'm like, my face feels hot. And he's like, your face is really red. And I was like, I think it's the face mask that I was wearing, because I didn't have, like, the epiphany about the bath salts until, like, 2 days later when I was staring at them on my bathroom floor.
Oh, my God.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm, like, touching my face, and I'm going, Chris, is it less red? And he was just, like, looking at me like I had 6 heads. He's like, no. So then, like, 5 minutes later, I was like, Chris, is it less red now? And he probably wanted to kill me by the end of the night, because I was like, is it still hot? And I'm grabbing his hands and putting them on my face. I know you're not supposed to touch your face, COVID-19, but, our hands were clean.
Oh, my God. Well, that was my whole thing, was it literally looked like exactly what he said, as if I was on a beach, no sunblock. But it was, like, the perfect mask outline anywhere the mask was on my face. Like, he said it looked like I painted my face red. I'm like, yeah, I should have taken a picture and sent it to you. It was so bad. I'm like, oh, my God.
It's hysterical.
I'm like, I'm never doing this ever again.
No. Oh, my God. But,
stick to what you know.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I bought, like, 4 new face masks. Ulta was having, like, a sale. So I'm like, all right, I'll get a few. They were, like, $4. So, I got one that was like a charcoal mud mask and like an apple cider vinegar kind of one.
Nice.
A honey one, and I don't remember what the last one was, like a sea salt. So
yeah, see, and that's the thing is, like, I love my face masks, the ones that I use, like, religiously. They're a sheet mask from Ulta. I'll get the name. I can't think of it off the top of my head. And there's so many different kinds, and I've used all of their different kinds. But, like, when people ask me, what's a good face mask? Like, I'll tell them, like, this is what I know. This is what I love. But it may not work for you. Like,
right.
The grapefruit one that, like, burned my skin, like, it might work for somebody else. It just doesn't work for me. So it's like, you have to try and test out what works for you. So anyway, that's what we've been up to in quarantine.
Yeah, guys, seriously, like check out your masks before you put them on and continue to use them, because you'll wind up like a tomato face like us.
Yep. Oh God. Thank God it went away. Oh my God.
Just a PSA for you guys, in case you've been wondering why you can't see our faces for this episode. We are, just for this episode, we're going to do only audio for you guys. And then for the future ones, for the foreseeable future, we'll be doing quarancasts with video. But, just for today, we're going to keep audio.
We figured, it's our first shot in the dark doing this via Zoom. And we want to see how it works. And also, I've been cleaning all day. Tracy's been working and cleaning all day. So I'm like, video is not happening tonight. It's quarantine.
We look like hot messes.
Yeah, no, you do not want to see this hot mess. I'm like, my husband's like, now I see what I married. And I'm like, you're stuck, quite literally.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, quarantine.
So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. We missed you. Thank you for coming back, and we look forward to putting out more great
Of You from the Mess. All right, so should we get into tonight's episode?
Sounds good to me.
Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway. The high and whoop-dee-doo, the lullaby of Broadway.
So, 42nd Street, let me get some facts for y'all. It was written by Mark Stewart and,
Already.
Michael Stewart and Mark Bramble. I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do tonight.
No, you know what? Quarantine, we're good. Everyone understands.
We're good. I've been staring at a screen almost all day today, even though I've been off. So I don't know if you, everybody out there in podcast world knows that, 42nd Street was also put out as a revival. Okay, so it was open. It premiered in 1980, and at the Winter Garden Theater, I believe, was the first place that it had premiered. And it opened August 25th of 1980. And it ran for a total of 3,486 performances before it was closed. And then we'll go back to like the cast and everything a little bit later on. But it reopened for a revival in 2001.
That's when I saw it, and that's when I fell in love. And to this day, 42nd Street is one of my favorite musicals ever. I think I saw it like 2 or 3 times when it came back to Broadway.
It was so good. I remember going, and I think I went with my mom and my dad and maybe my aunt, and I just remember like sitting in the audience, and they came out to do We're in the Money, and they had the costumes. They were all like big coins, and I was just like, oh wow, like it was just such amazing choreography.
Gorgeous, visually gorgeous, and like everyone was so talented. They were, singers, actors, not only dancers but tap dancers.
Do you want to do some, do you want to do the storyline?
Yeah, sure. So, auditions are being held for a new show called Pretty Lady in 1933. And Peggy Sawyer, a young actress, is dying to get on the stage. And she's from Allentown, Pennsylvania, and she takes the bus to New York City and wants to audition, but is like deathly afraid. And Billy Lawler, who is already cast as one of the leads in the show, notices her and just kind of like falls in love with her pretty much at first sight and gets her to audition, even though she technically missed the audition, but he, through some clever tactics, gets her in front of the director and producers. And of course, you have the quote-unquote villainess of the show, Dorothy Brock, who is like the older big name star who's in the show, and she's the one that's going to draw the crowd and bring the money. And of course, Dorothy sees young Peggy as a threat because she thinks that Peggy is going to, try and steal her part. And chaos ensues because Peggy Sawyer is very clumsy, ruins a few things, but is very lovable. And spoiler alert, during a dance number, Peggy misses a step and ends up like injuring Dorothy. And Dorothy, I think, breaks her ankle. And Dorothy can't do the show. So who steps into the role? Peggy Sawyer. But not at first. She feels horrible and tries to get on a bus back to Allentown, Pennsylvania. And the entire cast and crew all run to the bus station and they sing Lullaby of Broadway to her. And they convince her to come and do the show and do Dorothy's part. And there's just so many gorgeous songs in the show. And I think it was what production, Trey, was it that they filmed it? It was like one of the West End productions. Yeah. Oh, the 2017 West End revival. They filmed it, and in certain movie theaters, certain AMCs, they released it, and we went and saw it in the movie theater.
Yep. Oh, it was so good.
Cool. So cool. But kind of going more into like the characters a little bit. So Dorothy, the older actress, has a love interest. She's in love with this guy, but she can't be with him because she's kind of with one of the producers of the show. I think one of the backers of the show. And so she kind of has to put up this facade and be with this guy, but really she wants to be with the other guy. So that's like a whole story in itself. And then Peggy obviously won over the heart of Billy Lawler, the young actor, but the director, Julian Marsh, kind of takes a liking to her. And in one of the scenes, he visits her in her dressing room, and she's like, I can't get this line right. And he's like, say it as if you're saying it to someone that you love, like, or someone who just kissed you really good. And so she's trying and trying and trying, and she's not getting it. So he just grabs her and kisses her and lets her go. And she says the line, and she's like melting like butter.
Yep.
And I'm like, but Billy. And then he's like, that's the way you got to do it. And he leaves. And I'm like, and you're kind of left to wonder, like, obviously, that's super inappropriate nowadays. Okay. Don't do that.
Right. Consent.
Yeah. But he was doing it obviously to show her, like, he wanted her to feel a certain emotion, and he did that to get her to feel that, to tap into that. But I think he also liked her. I think he liked her.
Yeah.
Maybe even loved her. I think he fell in love with her. It was kind of like a Maria Von Trapp situation where at first he's like, oh God, what are we doing with this kid? And then he just falls in love with her. But he knows he's not gonna get her.
Right.
Billy has her. And so he
Mhm.
doesn't push his luck any farther. He's not an asshole. Like, he comes off as, like, you know, a very, like, tough guy, but he knows what he's doing. He wants to put a good show up on stage.
Mhm.
So, I just love it so much.
Me too.
The costumes, the songs, the tap dances.
The tap dances are what really get me.
42nd Street, I Only Have Eyes for You.
One of my favorite songs in like the whole show that when I like listen to the music, I listen to it over and over again, is You're Getting to Be a Habit with Me.
Yes! Such a good one.
Oh my god, so good. And Young and Healthy.
Young and Healthy. Yeah, Billy and Peggy.
And Peggy.
Sing that together.
But yeah. So just to name like a few like nameable names of actors and actresses that were in both the original and then later on in the revival, Jerry Orbach was in the original.
Yeah. Did you see the movie too?
Yes, I'm looking at, there was a 1993 film. That's
1933.
Oh, yeah, because you know.
I have that on DVD and I've seen it. It's not
my phone says 1993 up top and then 1933.
33. Oh gosh.
So 1933.
Yeah, I have it on DVD, but it's not like the musical.
Right. In the revival, Christine Ebersole was a big name.
I saw that.
And
I saw her in that.
Me too.
Love her.
And Mary Testa also.
Phenomenal.
But such a phenomenal cast. Such a phenomenal choreographer that they had in Randy Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
To put together all of those phenomenal dances, like those gorgeous tap dance numbers.
Yeah.
And they won actually a few Tony Awards. They won in 1981 for the original cast. They won Best Musical as well as Best Choreography.
Wow. That's totally understandable.
Yeah, among like a bunch of nominations as well. Like they were nominated for, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. They were nominated for 8, 1, 2.
Wow.
And then they also got 2 Drama Desk Awards in 1981 and a Theater World Award for Wanda Reichert in 1981.
Wow.
And then with the revival, they also won for Best Revival of a Musical in 2001 and Best Actress in a Musical for Christine Ebersole. She won the Tony.
Good.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. I think, I kind of hope that, because, yeah, the West End just did this in 2017, but, like, Broadway, it hasn't been there since 2001. So, like, I think it's time to bring it back.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. Oh, I just love it. Like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite show. And then I saw Anything Goes, and I'm like, that's right up there. But then somebody asked me, like, which one, if you had to choose to bring back to Broadway or see, like, and that's the only one you would see, I said 42nd Street, hands down.
Hands down.
Always.
Because
I think, how old were we in 2001? I can't do math.
13.
Yeah. Okay.
12. Well,
13.
I was 14, or going to be 14.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I was 12, 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just, something in me. I was so drawn to everything, and like, I fell in love with Peggy. I'm like, oh, I don't know if it had to do with the fact that I wanted to be an actress too.
Mhm.
And kind of saw her like struggling, like, this is what I want to do, but I don't want to audition. I'm scared. And you know, when everyone else who wanted to act was like, here I am, look at me. And I'm like, no, I'm Peggy. So I totally related.
So good. Yeah, but like, I wish that, like you said, I wish they would bring it back when Broadway opens again
Yeah.
someday.
Well, if I ever come into millions of dollars,
We can
I'll bring it
co-direct.
back.
We can co-direct.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I wonder if the West End revival, so because they released it in AMC, I wonder if they're gonna also like sell it on DVD.
Ooh, I
'Cause
didn't even think.
I would buy that. Obviously, you guys, if it was like legit legal, I'm not gonna, rip something off of YouTube. Do not do that. Please do not do that.
Yeah, no, guys, super tacky.
But who knows? We'll
But
see.
yeah, if they were to sell the DVD, I'd absolutely buy it because that was a really good production that we saw.
Oh yeah, the West End 2017, they were phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And they won. They won Laurence Olivier Award. Or no, sorry, they were nominated for Laurence Olivier Awards, but they won a few What's on Stage awards. They won for Best Musical Revival, Best Choreography, Best Set Design, Best Costume Design. So that's pretty good. And the Best Supporting Actress in a Musical, Claire. That's interesting.
What?
That the woman who played Peggy Sawyer was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. I guess maybe they see Dorothy Brock as the lead. I guess so, but can
Yeah.
she leads? Am I an idiot?
No, but I think Dorothy Brock is considered
The lead.
the lead, even though the story kind of centers around Peggy.
Yeah.
Dorothy Brock is like the end all be all, like in the show. She's supposed to be like that main character, even though her story kind of
Takes a back seat to Peggy's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Guys, we are absolutely, like, once we pick our show for next week, we absolutely highly encourage you guys to Facebook message us, Instagram message us, like, your opinions on our shows. Like, we're going to pick our new show in a few minutes for next week. And,
Yay!
like, we're bringing back the gold hat. I have it sitting here in front of me.
Yes, but before she picks that, I'm gonna get up and do my tap dance no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you got me really excited.
It's like, I'm like the old woman at the Titanic. It's been 83 years since I've tap danced. No one wants to see that. My neighbors don't want to hear it. My husband doesn't want to hear it. So, it's not gonna happen.
Where's Duncan now?
Oh, he ate dinner and now he is
Sleeping?
No, he's laying on the top of my couch staring at me like, you are in my space, because we have his we're
His
on
window seat.
right now. His perch is right near the window, and he's like, I can't with you right now, because he needs to see out the window, but I have the light on, and so he can't look out the window with the light on because it's dark outside.
So he's mad at you.
He's been mad at me all day because I've been cleaning, and he's like, what are you doing with my bed? Where are my toys? Why did you move them out of the living room?
Yeah.
What's happening? And I'm like, not my problem, dude. You woke up from your nap earlier than normal.
Right. I miss Molly so much.
Oh.
Like, my mom sent me a picture the other day, and she goes, I cut her bangs.
Oh no, Ellen.
And I'm like, that poor dog is probably traumatized.
Oh.
stop cutting her hair. And she's like, well, she's dirty. I'm like, well, you can't bring her to a groomer right now. You got to leave her alone.
Mm-hmm. Throw her in the tub.
She won't do that by herself. And my dad and the two of them can't do it right now.
No.
It's like, I told her, I'm like, because my dad was like, I'm not worried about putting her in the tub. I'm worried about taking her out afterwards and her like running all over the house soaking wet.
I could just see her now. Maniac.
So can I.
Maniac.
It's insane. But she's super scruffy. Like her hair is like so out of control.
What kind of dog is she?
All we know is that she's part Tibetan Terrier.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then the rest we don't know because she was a rescue. So the vet could only tell us that she had part Tibetan Terrier in her. But I keep telling my mom we should do like a doggy DNA test.
Yeah.
Because that would be pretty cool.
Be interesting. All right, Trey. So what's going to be our next show?
All right, hold on. Let me shake it up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
Senora.
I can't. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Here we go. She's pulling it out of the hat.
Literally. Is this one just like really long or are there? Okay, it's really long. I thought there were two connected and I'm like, why aren't you falling off? Oh,
What? Tell me.
gee.
The suspense is killing me.
All right. Can I like hint it
Yeah.
and see if you can guess it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just remember, my brain is fried, so don't make fun of me.
No judgment. All right.
Okay.
It kind of has like a backstory of a famous book and movie from back in the day. The movie starred a very famous actress / singer who a movie was just made about her recently.
Oh, God.
Hold on. Don't guess yet until I'm done.
I got nothing, so keep going.
So the actress that was in the movie also has some famous daughters that are also Broadway stars. Now, clues about the show, because do you have a guess yet?
Not a clue.
All right. So, the show is set in like a fantasy land. It's a musical.
Okay. We saw it.
It's kind of, we didn't see it together, but we have both seen it. Like 99% sure that we've both seen it.
Okay.
We've sung songs from it and have cried.
Oh,
There's one song in particular that we have sung from it, and we always say that it's our song.
Wicked. It's Wicked.
It is Wicked.
You guys, it's Wicked. Wait, I'm like, in my head right now, I hear Fiera going, what is it? And Alphaba going, nothing, just, I feel wicked.
Yes. I am so excited. I love this show.
Good pick, Trey. Good pick.
Yes. Wicked. All right, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Show is going to be Wicked. Tune in.
Thank you.
We will have our new show, Wicked, for next week. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Gina.
And this is A View from the Mez. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Oh,